Well, hello YouTube people, hello Facebook people, hello Twitter people, and hello LinkedIn people. This is Bob Hickman. It is so good to be back with you guys. Well, it's Halloween. It's also Samhain. You know, I celebrate both. I grew up celebrating Halloween, and after I became a Wiccan, I incorporated Samhain. Really, the holidays blend together. They're about fall festival, and they're about honoring the dead, and they're also about witches. That's right, the W word, witches. As you can see here, I got on my favorite witch hat. I always wear it, you know, for messages from the spirit world, and I have a lot of fun with this hat. Thing is, it's not just Halloween. I'm a witch every day of the year. But you know, witches get a bad rap in our society. Sometimes they make them out to be, well, evil. I'm going to get you. I don't think so. Witches, well, I guess like any profession, there's some evil ones. But I like to think of Halloween and Samhain as a time for good witches to be present. You know, I've been thinking about, you know, what I'm going to wear this year for Halloween. I thought, you know, most witches today, we walk around, we might wear our pentacle. I have on a pentacle pendant. But most of us just wear simple everyday clothes. Halloween's a time when we can, well, become fashionistas of the Wiccan world. For example, if you're going to be dressing up, you should put on something out of the ordinary. So I thought, I've got a beautiful witch's cape here. So I'm going to put on my cape. I think that certainly starts the mood right. Look, we've got beautiful moon over here. Let me see if I can show this to you guys. See, it's a beautiful moon with a haunted house, a big mansion, and a witch riding. And we got stars around it. On this side, we got the mystic black cat. I think this works. I think I'm going to start to wear this. I'm going to put on my witch's cape. There we go. I'm styling. Of course, I do have my trusty witch hat. But I wear this one every day. So maybe I'll try something different. You know, one of the things about witches, you know, because we fly around on brooms, is that we have to have efficiency. So, you know, back in the Victorian times, they used to have pop-up top hats. The gentlemen carry their hats, you compress them, and they pop up. But witches are just the same. This is my witch hat. And you're going to say, Bob, that's a witch hat? Yeah, watch this. Voila. Full witch hat. Pretty neat. So I think I'm going to wear this. Am I styling or what? Check it out. I think I'm about ready for Samhain. You know, when we talk about Halloween, Samhain, you know, one of the other things is, as I was saying, everybody paints witches as evil. Well, we're not evil. You guys all know I'm a witch, and a lot of you watching are witches too. Well, I brought in a special friend to introduce you to. This is my kitchen witch. I call her Bessie, and she lives in my kitchen. She's my good luck witch. This is an old tradition that started way back in the late 60s and the early 70s of having kitchen witches. And I grew up and I knew a lot of people had a witch in their kitchen, and I always thought it was kind of funny. But anyways, when I had my own home, I said, you know what, I like that tradition. And I said, I'm going to buy a kitchen witch. And I went out looking everywhere, and I couldn't find a kitchen witch. One day I was walking through the store, and there was Bessie, and she just called out to me. And she says, Bob, take me home. And I looked at her, and she looked at me, and I said, I have a new friend in you. So Bessie came home. She's now my kitchen witch. And if you come to my house, she sits in my kitchen, and she's a guard. She's got a beautiful broomstick, and I think she's as excited about Halloween as I am. Now, you know, we also have another wonderful holiday coming, and it's the Day of the Dead. And a lot of you watch me down in Mexico, and you know what I'm talking about. And if you're up in North America or Canada or Europe and you don't know about that, the holiday is called Dia de los Muertos. I think I'm saying that right. My Spanish isn't so good. This is Dia de los Muertos. Now, Dias de los Muertos is a day to honor the dead, and they usually have images of the Grim Reaper and skeletons everywhere. And I love that. It's nothing to be afraid of. They call in the Latin tradition this Santa Muerte. It means the holy death, saint of death. And Santa Muerte, even though they look very scary and fierce, is actually a powerful protector. So if you're feeling scared, you might want to put out Santa Muerte and have her and him and them. Well, Santa Muerte is, I think, it's technically female. But there's also Santa Muerte, which is male, and there's many of them. And you'll see in Mexican culture skeletons everywhere. I love Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte stands guard around my house all the time. So you might want to get that to charge and be protected for your house. Hey guys, yes, I'm having fun with the Halloween and Samhain traditions. But really, behind all the laughter, I think there's something very serious about the holiday. For the Wiccans, this is one of the most sacred times. It's where we honor those who have crossed. The veil between the world is very thin. For those of you who celebrate Halloween instead of Samhain, it's also a wonderful time. It's a time of fun, merrymaking, and memories. And some of you this Halloween may even start to explore the spiritual path of Wicca. People have been saying, Bob, what are you doing on Halloween? Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stay at home. That's right. You're going to say, well, Bob, it's a big night. I'm going to stay at home and I'm going to give out candy to the neighborhood kids. And then probably around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night, I'll begin my ritual, and that'll go on till around midnight. That's how I'm going to celebrate my Halloween and Samhain. And you're going to say, well, Bob, what inspired you to stay at home this year? Well, I found an article recently about Halloween, and the writer was saying basically Halloween needs to be done away with. It's evil. There's no good in it. It's all commercial. And this gentleman, he's 61 years old, wrote a letter, and I wanted to read this letter to you. I didn't get his name. He didn't sign. It's anonymous. But if you see this and you know who this gentleman is, tell him thank you. So here's his letter. If you trick-or-treated when you were a kid, you have an obligation to stay home and to hand out candy to the new batch of trick-or-treaters. Year after year, lots of people handing out candy played a part in your happy childhood. The kids trick-or-treating this Halloween deserve no less. Stop being selfish and start making some kids have a happy childhood. I'm 61 years old. I had a happy childhood, and Halloween was one of those happy times. Throughout all my adult years, I never accepted an invitation to go out on Halloween. I stayed home handing out candy to trick-or-treaters. Nothing makes me sadder or more upset than to see all but one or two porch lights on Halloween on my block. I still remember last year a kid ringing my doorbell rather late, dressed in his costume, his bag having no more than a dozen candies in it, sad and apologizing, saying he was sorry it was so late, but he had to do chores and homework before getting to go out for a little while. I can't write what I thought of his parents. Last year was short on trick-or-treaters, and I had 2 bags of 3.5 pounds of candy left. I told the boy he was in luck. We had a tradition in our house that the last trick-or-treater, which he was, got the rest of the candy that was left. I poured 7 pounds of candy into his bag. Seeing the boy's eyes light up, a smile ear to ear, his joy made my year, and will continue to do so, though the nasty comments and thumbs down I'll get from the health nuts and the calorie Nazis. Oh, and by the way, I don't care how old you are. You come to my door on Halloween, you get a treat. We even bag up dog cookies for the dogs that come to the door with the kids. Many of those dogs in costume. Did you notice when adults took over a kid's holiday, that holiday went to hell? I think that's beautiful. It's inspired me to bring some joy this year. And maybe you'll do the same. Maybe you can find a way to bring some joy to your neighborhood. I hope you'll think about that. But even though I may not be out partying, I'll be bringing joy to some neighborhood people. And when the night comes and the lights close down, I will light my sacred candles and honor the great Lord and Lady, and it will be a mystical, wonderful, special night. I send to all of you my greetings for a very blessed and happy Halloween and a very blessed and happy Samhain. May you all have great joy. Thanks for being here at Spirit Channel. Keep watching. We're going to have more coming in the coming days. Blessings to you all.